Hello friends, welcome to Raj Malhotra IAS. So guys, we are about to start this session. First, let's make sure that we are connected and live. So just wait for 1 minute. Let me do the technical testing. Then we will be starting up this session. Okay. So first, let's look into the newspaper. What exactly is there for us? Okay, farmers have constitutional right to continue the protest, says the Supreme Court. Okay, now the court is also saying that the farm protest is fine. Farmers have their right to do that. Okay, so this is fine. Okay, so Mamta refuses to allow 3 IPS officers to go to center. This is the problem that the officers are facing. If there is a conflict between center and union, okay, if there is a conflict between center and union, center and the state, okay, so officers do pay the price, and this lowers the morale of the officer. Okay, this lowers the morale of the officer. उसको जो है major impact पड़ता है, and this is what is happening in Bengal. These officers, 3 officers, okay, they want to go to deputation, central deputation. Now the Mamata Banerjee is refusing that. Okay, so इसको तो हमें ज़्यादा देखना नहीं है. ओके, अदर देन दैट स्ट्रेंथनिंग टाइज विद बांग्लादेश अ प्रायोरिटी. वी विल टेक अप दिस थिंग इन डिटेल. इसको हम थोड़ा डिटेल में जानेंगे कि व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इज देयर इन दिस पर्टिकुलर न्यूज़ एंड हाउ द बांग्लादेश इज इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर अस. ओके, वी विल बी टेकिंग अप दिस न्यूज़ इन डिटेल. इसको थोड़ा डिटेल में देखेंगे. अदर देन दैट लेट्स डायरेक्टली मूव टू आवर एडिटोरियल पोर्शन नाउ. ओके, सो एग्री रिफॉर्म्स, गो बैक टू द ड्राइंग बोर्ड. सो दिस वी आर गोइंग टू कवर. ये हम लोग थोड़ा इसको कवर करेंगे. दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर योर GS paper 3. Okay, this is important for your GS paper 3 Indian economy. There the question can be framed, and we will be covering up this particular topic. Okay, putting food at the center of India's nutrition agenda. Again, GS paper 3. Okay, economy GS paper 3. There the question can be framed on this. Again, we will be covering up this thing in detail. इसको थोड़ा डिटेल में जानेंगे. So what challenges do online classes pose? Again, this is not so relevant for the UPSC preparation, and though number of articles have been asked. Okay, so converting waste to energy, we will look up to this. What exactly is there for us in this particular news? इसके अंदर हमारे लिए क्या important है, हम लोग इसको थोड़ा देख लेंगे. Okay, other than that there is nothing much on this particular page, and again this is the political page, so we don't have anything to refer to on this page. Okay, so India's recovery rate high. Again, like this is not important for us. So we'll move to this particular news. ISRO launches the satellite. Okay, so just small information is important. उससे ज़्यादा कुछ यहाँ पे as such नहीं होने वाला है. Okay, so let's move to our next page now. So this is the political news page. No, not important for us. So here the top general meets the Taliban negotiators. So presently Taliban talks are going on, and Taliban has increased the attack. Okay, Taliban has increased the attacks on Afghan forces. Now this is the problematic thing. That's why experts were saying that you cannot rely on Taliban, whether after the peace process is over, whether Taliban will move towards the path of peace. You cannot simply rely on their credible. They are not credible at all. Okay, so this is how things are moving ahead. Taliban is increasing the attack. ये attack को increase कर रहा है. Okay, so hope to improve ties under the Biden government put in. Okay, so this is also not important for us. So let's move to our detailed section now. Let's start our detailed discussion. Okay, so first let me address you people. Sudhir, okay, Aisha, good afternoon. Sudhir, good afternoon. Nancy, hello. Ankit, hi. Kiran, good afternoon. Cricketer, hi. Okay, so let's start this session now. Strengthening ties with Bangladesh a priority, says Indian Prime Minister. Okay, so Bangladesh is a major pillar of India's neighborhood first policy. Now you have to understand this thing. India has Act East policy. Okay, this is Indian policy. India has Act East policy and India has neighborhood first policy. Okay, हमारी जो है 2 policies जो हैं major हम follow करते हैं. तो ये आपको समझना है. दिस यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड. ओके, दिस इज यू कैन से ओके, ये हो गया आपका बांग्लादेश. सो दिस इज द ईस्टर्न पार्ट, this is the northeastern part. Okay, if you see importance of Bangladesh vis-a-vis the connectivity of northeastern states, so Bangladesh is very important, and this is also related to our Act East policy, because if we want connectivity to Southeast Asia, okay, Southeast Asia connectivity can also be ensured by the Bangladesh. ठीक है ना, ये आपको समझना पड़ेगा. This is the importance of Bangladesh. Okay, and again important neighbor. ठीक है, and we have a good friendly relation with Bangladesh. Okay, so 2 leaders like they remotely launched the rail link between the Chelhati, Bangladesh and Haldibari, West Bengal. Okay, so this rail link has been started now, so you have to just know about this rail link, and this is important for your non UPSC papers. Okay, CDS and other papers, this particular information is important. Means non civil services papers, this information is important for you. Okay, so the document also pledged to name the road from Mujibnagar to West Bengal's Naida as Shadhinota Shorok. Okay, this is the name of the road. You have to remember this. Other than that, 7 agreements have been signed. Okay, what are the areas? Hydrocarbon is one of the area. High impact community development project is another. Elephant conservation is another. Solid waste management, agriculture. Terms of reference for India Bangladesh CEO forums. Okay, these things were covered in the talks. ठीक है ना, तो काफ़ी अच्छा हमारा रिलेशंस आगे बढ़ रहा है. इसरो लॉन्चेस सैटेलाइट फॉर कम्युनिकेशन. द इसरो सक्सेसफुली प्लेस्ड इनटू ट्रांसफर ऑर्बिट इंडियाज 42nd कम्युनिकेशन सैटेलाइट. ओके, 42nd कम्युनिकेशन सैटेलाइट कैरिड आउट ऑन बोर्ड बाय द PSLV C50. सो दिस यू हैव टू रिमेंबर. ओके, PSLV C50 इज द लॉन्च व्हीकल जिसके थ्रू जो है दिस सैटेलाइट हैज बीन लॉन्च्ड एंड इट हैज बीन डिलीवर्ड. ओके, सो गवर्नमेंट प्लान 60 billion investment to bolster the gas infrastructure. So this you have to understand. Center aims to raise the natural gas share from 6% to 15% by 2030. Okay, this is a great jump, and as you know, natural gas is less polluting than coal, petroleum and diesel. Okay, this is a really good thing, and government is planning to invest $60 billion, okay, to create the gas infrastructure, and this will be done till 2024. This is the target year that you should be knowing. Okay, ये आपको समझना पड़ेगा. Gas share in the energy mix is expected to rise to 15% by 2020. Okay, this is the expectation that it may increase to 15%. Now you have to understand this thing. This is just one part. See, we don't have the domestic resources. Okay, we are still dependent on import. Even if you are, increasing your reliance on this gas natural gas instead of petroleum and diesel, but still you have to import it. Okay, this you have to understand. ये भी आपको भी import करना पड़ेगा, and the major suppliers are from West Asia. Okay, West Asia is always under political turmoil. हमेशा जो है political turmoil West Asia में रहता है. Okay, this you have to understand. Still we have to move towards the renewable source of energy. वो हमारे लिए एक तरीके से long term में benefit होगा. Okay, so let's move ahead then. The purpose of agriculture reform is to increase the farmers' income. Okay, the Supreme Court of India has called for discussion between the government and the farmer. This is known to you, everyone is knowing about it. Okay, economist says fewer people must work on the farm for farm productivity and income to be improved. Okay, so this is an idea. Fewer people means what? Fewer people means where you are moving towards the mechanization of farm. Okay, mechanization of farm. This is an idea so that machines can work and the productivity can be increased. Okay, ये जो है major हमारा idea है. And Indian industry is not growing much. This is the reality. Okay, humans should be replaced by technology and improving the productivity. Mechanization is the goal. This is what they are aspiring. Okay, so flip side of the productivity, land holding are too small. This is the reality for mechanization to improve farm productivity. Economists complain that land holding in this country is too small. Okay, so what is the model for that? You have to bring the farmers together. Farmers को आपको साथ लाना पड़ेगा. Since mechanization requires standardization of work, mechanized farming on scale require monocropping. Now this is again a problem, monocropping. Okay, how? Because you are growing a single crop. If you are growing a single crop and if there is a pest attack, then the whole crop can be damaged. Okay, whole crop can be damaged, and this can create the problem of food security. So this you have to understand. ठीक है ना, ये आपको थोड़ा ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा कि मैकेनाइजेशन में प्रमोट द मोनोक्रॉपिंग. ओके, यू हैव टू रिमेंबर दिस स्टेटमेंट एज इट इज. So solution to these new problems require more industrial inputs with more cost for farmers. So the input cost for farmer might further increase. This is again a problematic thing. ठीक है ना, फार्मर की इनकम जो है वो बढ़ने की बजाय और घट हो जाएगी क्योंकि इनपुट कॉस्ट विल इंक्रीज. ओके, बिकॉज मैकेनाइजेशन फार्मर हैज टू arrange for tractors and other machines. ये problem यहाँ पे हमें नजर आ रही है. Okay, so this is the model. James C. Scott, he published one document called Scientific Forestry in Germany. So this is what happened. Okay, so for clearing, excuse me. Okay, now we are back. So the clearing out of other vegetation to plant a single variety of commercially useful tree. So this is what happened in Germany, that other vegetation was wiped out to plant a single variety of commercially useful tree. So what happened is that over the year the ecological imbalance, okay, it increased and the tree was made more vulnerable to the pest, and the quality of timber also reduced. Okay, this you have to understand. The nature is a complex self adaptive system. If we humans we try to overpower the nature, then it has its own mechanism to deal with that. Okay, so this is what we should avoid. We should not move towards monocropping. Okay, we should not move towards monocropping, and we should strictly avoid that. So this example can be cited by you. This is what happened in Germany. So 21st century challenges of environmental degradation, increasing inequalities require that economic calculus shift from economies of scale with standardization to economies of scope for sustainability. Means the idea is that you have to have a model of sustainable development. Okay, sustainable development is the model which can work. यही जो है एक चीज जो है जो चलेगी, and this is what we have to focus on. Okay, so we have the SDG goals, sustainable development goals, because we are aware that other than that you cannot अश्योर द डेवलपमेंट फॉर लॉन्ग टाइम. ये जो है चीज हमें इसकी तरफ जोड़ा है, जो ध्यान देने की जरूरत है. ओके, सो इट विल ऑल्सो इंक्रीज द एम्प्लॉयमेंट एंड इनकम फॉर पीपल इन लोअर हाफ ऑफ द इकोनॉमिक पिरामिड. ओके, ये जो है चीज काफी इंपॉर्टेंट होगी इफ यू आर मूविंग टुवर्ड्स द ट्रेडिशनल मोड ऑफ फार्मिंग. ट्रेडिशनल मोड ऑफ फार्मिंग, सो ग्राउंड वर्कर दे आर मोर अवेयर अबाउट इट. फार्मर आर मोर अवेयर अबाउट द ट्रेडिशनल फॉर्म, हाउ टू फार्म. ओके, वो हमें इंक्रीज करना होगा, वो हमें इंप्रूव करना होगा, वो हमें एनकरेज करना होगा. Okay, so market access, farm incomes can increase with access to wider markets for farm produce, which is an objective of agricultural reform. So you have to make sure that the farmers are getting adequate market उनको मिल जाए. Other than that, global value chain. Okay, you have to connect your farmer to global value chain. ये जो है आपको जो है assure करना पड़ेगा, ठीक है ना. So global supply chain के साथ if you are connecting your farmers, then it will have the benefit that they will improve the new technology, they will get better funding. Okay, ज़्यादा फंडिंग उनको मिलेगी, चीजें अच्छी हो जाएंगी, एंड दे विल गेट टू नो अबाउट द वर्ल्ड, व्हाट प्रैक्टिसेस आर फॉलोड इन अदर पार्ट्स ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. ये कुछ बेनिफिट्स हैं जो हमें उठाने चाहिए. ओके, सो ग्लोबल सप्लाई चेन के साथ हमें अपने फार्मर को जोड़ना पड़ेगा. सो स्ट्रेंथन द कोऑपरेटिव्स, एज आई टोल्ड यू देयर शुड बी अ कलेक्टिव एफर्ट शुड बी देयर. सो इंस्टीट्यूशन फॉर कोऑपरेटिव ओनरशिप एंड कलेक्टिव बार्गेनिंग मस्ट बी स्ट्रेंथन्ड. ओके, सो ये चीज जो है हम फॉलो कर सकते हैं. एंड वी हैव द एग्जांपल ऑफ अमूल इज एन एग्जांपल वेयर कलेक्टिव फार्मिंग, कलेक्टिव एफर्ट ऑफ पीपल हैव produce the result for all. Okay, सबके लिए रिजल्ट वहां पे निकल के आया है. So its per person productivity is much lower than New Zealand and Australia. This is the reality. In India per person productivity is lower. Okay, तो हम जो है डेफिनेटली अगर हम कलेक्टिव एफर्ट मारेंगे तो पर पर्सन प्रोडक्टिविटी जो है वो भी इंक्रीज की जा सकती है. ओके, सो ये कुछ चीज़ें हैं जिसकी तरफ हमें ध्यान देना है. अदर देन दैट, इट हैज़ कंपेल्ड द इंडियन गवर्नमेंट टू विदस्टैंड प्रेशर फ्रॉम ट्रेड इकोनॉमिस्ट हु आर अर्जिंग टू ज्वाइन द RCEP. कोई रीजनल कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव पार्टनरशिप को एक तरीके से हमें ज्वाइन करना पड़ेगा. सो वी आर प्रेजेंटली मूविंग अवे फ्रॉम सच एग्रीमेंट्स, बट वी शुड ज्वाइन देम सो दैट इंडियन इकोनॉमी कैन बी कनेक्टेड विद द ग्लोबल इकोनॉमी. ग्लोबल सप्लाई चेन के साथ हमें कनेक्ट होना ही पड़ेगा. दिस इज रियली गुड फॉर इंडियन इकोनॉमी इन फ्यूचर. ओके, सो प्रॉब्लम ऑफ लो इनकम्स इन इंडियन एग्रीकल्चर इज अ कॉम्प्लेक्स सिस्टम प्रॉब्लम. दिस इज नॉट द सिंपलिस्टिक सिस्टम विच कैन नॉट बी सोल्व बाय एग्रीकल्चर एक्सपर्ट्स अलोन. ओके, दिस इज द रियलिटी. सो एक्सपर्ट्स फ्रॉम मेनी डिसिप्लिन मस्ट कोलैबोरेट टू फाइंड द सिस्टमैटिक सॉल्यूशन. मीन्स ओनली द एग्रीकल्चरिस्ट एक्सपर्ट, एग्रीकल्चर साइंटिस्ट, देयर एफर्ट इज नॉट सफिशिएंट. Okay, things have to be done at the administrative level also, because you have to just increase the rural way of living, rural life, rural economy, rural standard of living has to be raised. So it has the wider dimension, it requires the wider effort also. Okay, so often they understand the realities of system better than the expert do with their abstraction in mathematical equation of input, output and productivity. So input, output, productivity, everything is important, everything is interrelated. Okay, ये आपको सोचना पड़ेगा. When things are interrelated, definitely your input should also be a wider. Okay, आपका input भी थोड़ा wide हो जाता है उसके ऊपर. तो ये चीज़ है जिसके ऊपर हमें ध्यान देने की ज़रूरत है. Okay, so few experts are saying that the present 3 farm laws, okay, they are the biggest reforms after the 1991. Okay, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा जो है biggest reform इन्होंने बोला है. And you have to remember one thing, it is the big farmers who get all the benefits. Okay, whatever reforms that the government have initiated, it is the big farmers who are at presently getting all the benefits which the government has initiated. ये आपको यहाँ पे समझना पड़ेगा, ठीक है ना. सो इसको नेक्स्ट लेवल पे, सो दैट द बेनिफिट्स कैन बी पर्कुलेटेड टू द स्मॉल फार्मर्स और फार्मर्स ऑल्सो, फॉर देम वी नीड अ कलेक्टिव एफर्ट. उसके लिए कलेक्टिव एफर्ट पे लाने की आपको जरूरत पड़ेगी ही पड़ेगी. एंड दिस इज व्हाट दे हैव पॉइंटेड आउट. ओके, ये जो है एक चीज यहां से पॉइंट की गई है, ठीक है ना. सो सीलोज एक्सपर्ट्स cannot help. Okay, India's policy makers must improve their expertise in solving problems, multidisciplinary problems. Okay, so presently it is said that Indian experts, they are, you know, effective only in one particular area. You have to have a strategy so that you can address the issue in a multidimensional way. Okay, you can address the issue in a multidimensional way. This is what is expected from the expert. ये जो है expert से आपको expect किया जाता है. And citizen around the country must be listened to at the very beginning. Means presently, if you observe, we passed the 3 laws. Okay, 3 farm laws are passed, but the problem with them is that the initial discussions were not conducted. Okay, initial discussions should have been conducted, and that should have been that method should have been followed. Okay, that path should have been followed, so बाद में प्रॉब्लम ना हो. एंड प्रेजेंटली गवर्नमेंट इज फेसिंग द प्रॉब्लम. ओके, ये कुछ चीजें हैं जिसकी तरफ हमें ध्यान देने की जरूरत है. So let's move to our next editorial. So before that, let me address you people. Okay, Priyanka, good afternoon. Suryansh, okay, thanks Shriyansh. Okay, Subhash, good afternoon. Kiran, you are saying that, sir, do you take live lecture for Hindu every day? If yes, then can I consider it approx 3:30 p.m. in the noon? So Kiran, earlier the timing used to be early in the morning, but somehow like I am conducting this session in the afternoon. Okay, so the timing might change. So tentatively we can say that this is the timing. Okay, 3:30, this is the timing. Okay, Ashish, good afternoon. Okay, Wahid, okay, Shivani, hi. So Shriyansh, good afternoon. Okay, Sanjeev Ghosh, sir, what is the time of your class? Time is not fixed, so presently we are following this time. Okay, 3:30. So you can connect me at 3:30. Okay, Navpreet, good afternoon. Okay, so let's move ahead then. So putting food at the center of India's nutrition agenda. So reducing the burden of child undernutrition need a policy goal. Okay, this has been suggested. So situation in India is not good. First thing that you have to know. Amardeep, good afternoon. Okay, so situation in India is not good. So provisional verdict from the excuse me, actually I'm not feeling well. Okay, the throat and other infection is going on. So let's move ahead. So National Family Health Survey, it has been out. Okay, the burden of child undernutrition is not encouraging. These are the factual things that you should be knowing, and you can mention about these things in your answer. ये चीज़ आपने आंसर में ज़रूर लिख सकते हो. Navpreet, you are saying, sir, which book is best for PCS exam? Okay, so there is no one single book which can be said to be best. Okay, एक single best नहीं होता कुछ भी, तो आपको अलग अलग सोर्सेज पढ़ने पड़ते हैं. सो चिल्ड्रन आर डिफाइंड एज स्टंटेड, अंडरवेट, वेस्टेड if their standardized height for age, weight for age or weight for height respectively is more than 2 standard deviation. Means you are not supposed to know the technical aspect of it. Okay, but one thing that you have to know, that you can mention in your answer, is that as per the National Family Health Survey, the undernutrition has increased. Okay, which is a problematic thing, and undernutrition can be measured by observing the adequacy and sufficiency of food. Adequacy and sufficiency of food, whether the significant macro and micronutrients are available in Indian food system or not. Okay, the food which the children are consuming, are they getting the nutritious food or not? That thing is more important. So this data is out across the 22 states. Okay, NFS H5 has released the fact sheet. So what it is saying, that the percentage of children who do not meet the minimum dietary adequacy, okay, means children whose diet is not adequate is very large in number. Means 83.9% of children in India are not getting the adequate food. Okay, so 8 out of 10 children appear to be experiencing a dietary shortfall. This is the reality, 8 out of 10. Okay, so when we say that these are our future, these children, they will be part of our labor force. Okay, future labor force. So this is the problematic thing. So are we producing the undernourished labor? Okay, are we producing the undernourished labor? That is the question that we have to address. Okay, so this is the data. Goa experienced the largest percentage point decline of 11%, and J&K observed the highest increase in the percentage of children not meeting the dietary adequacy. Okay, there is a large variation. It means that the situation in the states is not good. Okay, this is what it is pointing out. So consumption of protein rich food as well as the fruit vegetables are subsequently low. This is the reality. In India we don't consume protein rich food because it is costly. Okay, per capita income in India is not adequate enough so that these things can be addressed. Per capita income in India is not adequate enough so that the protein rich diet can be addressed. This is the reality. Other than that, we have issues like iron deficiency. Okay, anemic prevalence among children increased by about 8 percentage points. Now this is the problematic thing. Okay, anemia is increasing among children. Okay, 2 out of 3 children have possible iron deficiency. This is the reality. State-wise trend for adult are mixed, although it is clear that women are substantially at far greater risk for anemia than men. This is also the point that you should be knowing. Okay, and you can definitely write these things in your answer. आप definitely इन चीजों को अपने आंसर में लिख सकते हो. So Prime Minister's overarching scheme for holistic nutrition Poshan Abhiyan and particularly the Anemia Mukt Bharat strategy was launched in 2018 with efforts to improve iron and folic acid. Now I would like to share this thing with you which is not present in this particular editorial. So iron and folic acid. So government distribute the tablets. Okay, but the reality is that you need to have calcium tablets also. Okay, calcium tablets also. Now if the people they don't have the calcium in their diet, then this iron folic tablet is ineffective, is not effective at all. This is the reality. Okay, and if you visit any community center, okay, community center if you visit, you may find that there is always a shortage of calcium tablets. So the whole exercise is just a waste. Okay, there is always a shortage of medicine, there is always a shortage of these tablets. This is the reality, okay, that we are experiencing on ground. So diet related measures. So it is time that undernutrition is not only viewed simply through the measures of anthropometric failures, but is complemented through explicit attention to the diet related measures. So we have to take specific steps जिसके ऊपर हमें ध्यान देने की जरूरत है. Okay, so there are dietary failure definitely. Children are not getting good food, good diet. How can you improve this situation? How can this situation be improved? Okay, the idea is that you have to increase the income level of the people so that they can buy their own food. Okay, इस चीज के ऊपर हमें ध्यान देने की जरूरत है. And I am telling you, because of this lockdown, there are many people who might have lost their job. Okay, so the problem might further aggravate. This is the reality. So prevalence of children who experience the anthropometric failure, not only but not dietary failure, was only about the 9.8. Okay, so the true burden of child undernutrition thus may well be underestimated. So whatever data that we are getting, 83 point something percent are not getting adequate diet. Okay, so even it is saying that even this is underestimated. So it can further increase. Okay, वो और ज़्यादा जो है increase हो जाएगी. ये आपको समझना पड़ेगा. ठीक है? So available in a timely manner and public domain. Okay, data should be available in a timely manner and a public domain. If the data is timely released, then definitely it will help in timely formation of policy. Timely formation of policy होगा तो there will be timely implementation of policy. This is the real thing that we required. Okay, जिसकी हमें खास जो है जरूरत पड़ेगी. ठीक है ना, जिसके ऊपर हमें ध्यान देना है. Okay, even the SDG talks about there should be better management of data. There should be monitoring. Okay, so National Nutrition Monitoring Bureau is there. National Sample Survey is in another organization which looks after these things. Okay, जो इन चीजों को ध्यान देती है, जो ट्रेंड को एनालाइज करती है. So हमें जो है डेफिनेटली इसके ऊपर अब आगे बढ़ना पड़ेगा. Let's move to our next part, converting waste to energy. So this is the new plant which is emerging in Karnataka. Okay, and 11.5 megawatt waste to energy plant. Okay, this is the new thing. And this inorganic material which consists of bad quality plastic and used cloth pieces can be processed as refused derived fuel. Okay, so it is basically going to use the plastics and the cloth for producing energy. This is an idea. So which can be converted into electric energy. Definitely by burning these things you are going to generate steam and you are going to use that steam for electricity generation. This is an idea. Okay, ये हमारा idea है. So this is a well planned plant waste to energy plant usually accept the RDF material generated in organic composting plants. Okay, वहाँ से जो है ये refused derived fuel जिसे बोलते हैं, refused derived fuel is used for electricity generation. ये हमारा एक तरीके से method होगा. And segregate the wet and inorganic material near the plant. Okay, convert organic waste to compost. Inorganic waste to energy. This is an idea. Okay, so organic waste will be converted into compost and inorganic waste will be converted into energy and we are going to burn the inorganic content. Okay, वो हम जो है burn करके उससे जो है एक तरीके से energy generate कर सकते हैं. तो ये idea है and this is not the first plant which is coming up. Other plants might also come up. Okay, so handling inorganic waste is not fit for recycling. That is not fit for recycling has always been a challenge. Okay, because इट हैव सम पॉल्यूशन. ओके, पॉल्यूशन उसका होता है, बैड इफेक्ट होते हैं, सोयल क्वालिटी डाउन होती है, लैंड डिग्रेडेशन, ऑल थिंग्स आर रिलेटेड टू इट. देर इज अ प्रॉब्लम ऑफ केमिकल सीपेज. केमिकल जो है नीचे अर्थ के अंदर सीप हो के नीचे तक चला जाता है. सो ये प्रॉब्लमेटिक चीज़ें होती हैं जो हम डील करते हैं. एंड देर आर मैनी केसेज वेयर अनसाइंटिफिक लैंड फिल्स आर कमिंग अप. मुंबई देर वॉज अ केस वेयर देर वॉज फायर थ्रू आउट द मंथ. पूरा मंथ वहाँ पे आग लगी रही थी वेस्ट एरिया के अंदर. एंड फायर एक्सीडेंट्स आर ऑल्सो देयर. ओके, सो वी हैव टू डेवलप अ सिस्टम सो दैट वी कैन रिड्यूस द फायर एक्सीडेंट्स ऑल्सो. उसके ऊपर भी हमें काम करने की जरूरत है. हैंडलिंग द लैंड फिल इटसेल्फ इज अ प्रॉब्लमेटिक थिंग जिसके ऊपर हमें ध्यान देने की जरूरत है. एंड देर आर चैलेंजेस. ओवर द लास्ट डिकेड सेवरल इंडियन सिटीज हैव बीन ट्राइंग टू सेट अप सच प्लांट्स बट अ गुड demonstration model is yet to be established. Okay, but it means that we are still struggling to have such plants and we still do not have the model which can be replicated throughout the country, जो कि पूरे देश के अंदर आप replicate कर सको. Okay, ये problem है. Now the thing is that the quality of waste that is generated can itself be a hurdle. Okay, so there are n number of things, n number of technicalities like moisture in the waste. Okay, those things are to be addressed. उसको address करने की ज़रूरत है. The other problem is that the tariff at which the power is purchased by such plant across the country is around 7 rupees per kilowatt hour, which is higher than the 3.4 kilowatt hour generated through coal and other means. Means the power which is generated by using this waste to energy plant is costlier. Okay, वो costlier होता है. So it is less, there are less incentives for the companies to purchase this electricity. लेस इंसेंटिव होती है कंपनीज के पास जो है इनको खरीदने की. ओके, सो द इफ द प्लांट इजीज द चैलेंज ऑफ हैंडलिंग इनऑर्गेनिक वेस्ट, द एफिशिएंसी ऑफ ऑर्गेनिक वेस्ट प्रोसेसिंग कंपोस्टिंग वुड बिकम बेटर. ये कुछ चीज़ें हैं जिसकी तरफ हम ध्यान दे सकते हैं. ओके, सो द सिटी वुड रिक्वायर 3 more वेस्ट टू एनर्जी प्लांट्स जिसकी हमें रिक्वायरमेंट होगी. मीन्स अ सिंगल प्लांट विल नॉट बी इफेक्टिव, यू नीड टू हैव मल्टीपल प्लांट्स. ये जो है इन्होंने सजेस्ट किया है. सो दैट्स इट फॉर टुडे.